e.l.f. has a new mascara, and they're making some pretty bold claims. Length, volume, and curl, flake, smudge, and clump resistant. And today, I'm going to test it for you. As far as e.l.f. mascaras, until the last two, the Lash and Roll and the Lash Extender, which is a tubing mascara, I hadn't found an e.l.f. mascara that I liked, but I really do like those two, so I'm hopeful for this one as well. The new e.l.f. Incredi-Curl Mascara says that it's curling and volumizing. It claims 168% improvement in volume and 102% improvement in curl. And they also say that 88% saw bigger and bolder lashes. e.l.f. says that this is a volumizing and curling mascara that grips each lash to give you big, bold volume and extreme curl that lasts. It's a buildable formula that is smudge, flake, and clump resistant. It has a curved bristle brush that grabs each lash to volumize, lift, and set the curl. I also have quite a few other e.l.f. products, some of them new, some of them just new to me, that I plan on testing this week and doing a video for. And I have the new e.l.f. Skin Tint SPF 50 on its way to me that I'm going to also do a full review of in the coming days. So if you don't want to miss those, then please make sure you subscribe, turn those notifications on, and set them to all so you'll be notified when I upload any future videos. All right, let's get back to the mascara. We are all zoomed in up close and personal on my eyes. The directions do say to gently wipe the excess product from the wand before applying, and I think you can kind of see that it is kind of gloppy on the end there, so I am going to do that. Then it says to align the inner curve with the base of your lashes and to press in and wiggle and pull. So that's how we're applying it, because that's what they tell us to do. So inner curve, base of the lashes, wiggle and pull. And then to flip it and use the outer curve to lift the ends of the lashes. I'm not going to speed through the application of this because I want you to see actually how long it takes me to get what I end up with. This is one coat, and you can see the difference between the eye with the mascara and without. I do think I got a little curl. I also think it might look just a little clumpy, but we'll see what the second coat does. So I'm going to go ahead and put a first coat on the other eye, and then I'll be back to do two coats. All right, I don't know if I just didn't swipe off as much of the product on this eye as I did on the first eye, but it feels like there's more volume, but it also feels like it's a little bit clumpy right in there. Do you see what I'm looking at? It really didn't take long at all, though, to get that first coat on. I do have a little bit of spots where my eyelashes have touched my eyelid, and we'll see how easy that is to clean up and when I'm done with this. I almost always make a mess on my eyelids and need to clean it up. So the ease of cleaning that up is also pretty important. It also says to use the outer curve to layer additional coats. So I'm glad I read that. I'm going to, again, wipe off some of the excess product. It is kind of a wet formula, and I actually almost prefer that to a dry one that you have to just work and work and work and work to build it up. But here we go in with coat 2, and we're going to use that outer curve like it told me to do. All right, I'm also going to put a little bit on the lower lashes. Okay, Here's the 2 coats and the 1 coat. I'm gonna look up, probably gonna make a mess on my brow bone, but I want you guys to be able to see better. I don't know if it's really giving me curl. Yeah, I got a big old smudge right there. I do feel like it's a little clumpy. I'll let you know. I kind of feel like I have one big eyelash right in the middle. Do you see that? We do the other side. I've only watched one review on this because I didn't want my opinion to be tainted, and the review I watched was really positive, but they also didn't have the clumping that I did, and I thought they got more curl than I did. So maybe it's user error and not the product. And I still feel like my left eye looks better than my right eye, and that may be just that I have better lashes on the left side than I have on the right side. But let's clean this up and then zoom out a little. I don't have any eyeliner on. I don't have any eyeshadow on. The only thing I put on was my Wet n Wild Brulee, and I do that even on no makeup days because I do have oily eyelids, and so I didn't think it was fair to not do what I normally do. Typically, if you let your mascara dry and then take a stiff brush, this is a lip brush, and just kind of flick at it, or you can even use a clean spoolie to do this, just something that doesn't have a lot of bend to it. You generally, oh, hey, that went pretty good, can just flick away the extra little dots. And this is what a 10X mirror is really handy for. I also didn't make near as much of a mess on my left side as I did on my right side. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it. I was tempted to like use my finger and help it curl, but it's supposed to do that all on its own. So I'm just gonna leave it, and I want to take my tweezer and separate lashes and all of that, and I'm not doing that either. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so first impressions. I think it gives great length and volume. I do think that my lashes look pretty dramatic, but I also think that there's a little bit of clumping there. It may be that I didn't swipe off enough of the product. I'm gonna use this again tomorrow morning when I get ready for church and try to clean the brush a little bit better and see if that doesn't help with the clumping. And I'll let you know. And then also let you know how it was to remove. It doesn't claim to be washable or anything like that. It's not waterproof, but I would hope that it would be easily removable with my Rokiss cleansing balm. Okay, I am going to try putting this Incredi-Curl on again because I feel like I didn't do a very good job the first time, and I feel like maybe this might be one of those mascaras that needs to dry out a little bit to perform at its best. So I'm going to give it another chance before I make a decision because I really wasn't happy with the way it looked the first time I used this. I asked my husband and my daughter what they thought, and both of them said it looked clumpy. My daughter was a little more emphatic and told me it looked terrible. So, not a glowing recommendation yet. However, I did wear it yesterday for church. I didn't have time to film it or anything like that. And she said that it definitely looked better, and I felt like it looked better. I will say at the end of that first day, I did not get back to film a check-in on the wear, but I did not have any flaking or smudging. I will do that wear test today so you can see it. What I found I need to do is I need to be much more careful about getting off the excess product. Now, to its credit, e.l.f. says to do this in the directions. I kind of wish they would have just made the squeegee better inside here so that you didn't have to do that, but that's the way it is. Again, minimal makeup. I have not curled my lashes, and I'm not going to edit out any of the putting on of this mascara so you can see exactly how long it takes me to do it. So it says to use the inner part of the wand, base of the lashes, wiggle and pull. Hang on. Okay, there's a cut here because my daughter knocked on the door. I did not put on any mascara while I was talking to her, just so you know. Okay, this is one coat right here. And I think I did a much better job. I think the mascara did a much better job. I am going to cut out putting the one coat on this eye unless something strange happens that you need to see, and then I'll be back to put a second coat on. One coat on both sides. It was very quick and easy to do the other eye as well. it is annoying to have to scrape off this brush. It does kind of have a little bit of spikiness at the tip there. Can you see that if I do that? And I think that it really does help to grab those inner lashes there. Then it says for the second coat to use the big end of the curve to help lift the lashes. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I still feel like it wants to get clumpy. Do you see how it looks like right here? I have like 2 spiky lashes. I would really like it if these guys were opened up so that I didn't have the spaces there. I finished the second coat on both eyes, put a little underneath both eyes, and I'm going to take a quick picture of this one and compare it to the first day I used it. Do I have volume? Yes. Do I have length? Yes. Do I have clumps? Yes. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. I still made a little bit of a mess with it, but not as much as I did the first time, and it does clean up pretty easily if you let it dry. What do you think of how this looks on my eyes? And did I do a better job this time than last time? Also, what do you think about having to scrape off that wand in order to make it work the way you want it to work? Let me know down in the comments. Also, let me know down in the comments what you think of this single product video review style. I'll come back in about 8 hours and let you know how this wears and give you my final thoughts. It's after 10, and I've been wearing the Incredi-Curl Mascara for over 9 hours now. I actually even went to my older daughter's house, met her, and she and my youngest daughter and I walked. We did 2 miles. It was a little bit warm, so I did get a little bit sweaty. And I will say that I do not have a smudge or a flake anywhere. This mascara has stayed intact completely, and that was the experience I've had in the past 2 days that I've worn it as well. So those are definite checks in the plus column for this mascara. I also think that it gives really good length and volume, and it does hold a curl. On their claim to be clump free, however, I'm going to have to disagree. Now, I don't mind a little bit of a clumpy lash. I really don't. But if you're going to claim to be clump free, then I expect you to be clump free. And so while I could get it to be not too clumpy by scraping off a lot of the product, I shouldn't have to work that hard for a formula that says it doesn't clump. That's not enough for me to not continue to use it, so I will continue to use it. And as it kind of comes into its own in a week or two, if something changes and I don't have to work as hard, I will definitely update you in a future video. Next up, I'm going to be reviewing the new e.l.f. Halo Glow Tinted SPF. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Have you gotten your hands on this mascara yet? Tried it? What did you think? Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you love e.l.f. makeup as much as I do, I have other videos that you might like to watch, and I'm going to put a playlist of them right there so you can go check them out. I'll see you in one of those videos, maybe another one, or I'll see you in the next one. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye-bye.